The small town of Riverside, surrounded by an atmosphere of rural tranquility, hid dark secrets in the depths of its forests. In the light of the full moon, silver rays penetrated between the tree leaves, casting eerie shadows on the mossy ground. It was on that night, when the veil between the world of the living and the realm of spirits seemed thinner, that a group of young friends decided to embark on a daring adventure. Among the friends were Sarah, a brave and curious young woman, always looking for strong emotions; Mike, the popular athlete who sought to prove his bravery to his friends; Emily, the science student who saw the expedition as an opportunity to document supernatural phenomena; and Jack, the sarcastic skeptic who accepted the challenge just to have fun at others' expense. In the comfortable living room of Sarah's country house, lively conversations echoed off the wooden walls, mixed with laughter and plans for the evening. Bottles of soda and bags of snacks covered the coffee table, while an old map of the region was spread out on the sofa. There, marked in red, were the locations known to be the most haunted spots in the Riverside forest. As the group traced the final details of their expedition, the casual mention of the dear woman sparked a spark of curiosity and fear in the hearts of the young men. Rumors about this legendary creature were as old as the city itself, and each report was accompanied by a shiver of fear and fascination. Sarah, always the leader of the group, couldn't resist the idea of exploring the depths of the forest in search of the dear woman. For her, it was more than just an adventure, it was a chance to unravel a mystery that had haunted Riverside for generations. The other friends, although hesitant, ended up being swept away by Sarah's excitement, and soon everyone agreed to leave for the forest that full moon night. As they prepared for their journey, a sense of anticipation hung in the air, mixed with a growing uneasiness as the night wore on and the scheduled time for the expedition approached. Jack joked to dispel his nervousness, but even he couldn't ignore the shiver that ran down his spine at the thought of the dark stories that waited in the darkness of the forest. In the cozy atmosphere of Sarah's cottage, the friends set about preparing for their evening journey through the Riverside forest. Amid laughter and jokes, they gathered essential supplies and equipment for the expedition, ensuring they were ready to face the challenges that awaited deep in the forest. Mike, the group's fearless athlete, led the physical preparations, distributing flashlights, water bottles, and energy snacks to everyone. His determination to ensure they were well equipped reflected his desire to face any obstacle they encountered along the way. Emily, the science student with a passion for the unknown, took it upon herself to document the expedition. Equipped with a high-resolution camera and a voice recorder, she was determined to capture every moment of the adventure, hoping to find evidence that would prove the existence of the dear woman. Meanwhile, Jack, the skeptic of the group, didn't miss the opportunity to joke about the idea of hunting a legendary creature in the forest. His acid humor and sarcastic remarks added a hint of levity to the tense atmosphere that hung over the group, although his own nerves were frayed. Sarah, the fearless leader, coordinated the preparations with determination and enthusiasm, fueling the flame of adventure in the hearts of her friends. Her passion for the pursuit of the unknown was contagious, and each of her friends felt impelled to accompany her, despite the fears that haunted them. As the night progressed and the moon reached its highest point in the sky, the friends finalized their preparations and gathered around the map of the forest. With flashlights lit and backpacks well stocked, they exchanged determined looks, ready to embark on the adventure that would change their lives forever. And so, with hearts full of hope and eyes fixed on the unknown, the group set out towards the Riverside forest, without imagining the dangers and secrets that awaited in the shadows of the night. With flashlights illuminating the path ahead, the group of friends entered the dense Riverside forest. The silence of the night was almost tangible, broken only by the rustling of leaves beneath your feet and the distant sounds of nocturnal wildlife. An aura of mystery enveloped the forest, fueling the imagination of young people and awakening their senses to any sign of imminent danger. As they advanced deeper into the woods, the friends found themselves surrounded by an oppressive darkness, where ominous shadows danced among the trees. The air was filled with an earthy, damp smell, while the silence of the night seemed to press against his ears like an invisible weight. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, the group remained united, their steps firm and determined as they followed the map that would take them to the places known to be the most haunted spots in the forest. Every sudden noise made them jump in fright, every shadow that moved between the trees made their hearts race, but none of them dared to admit their fear out loud. Along the way, the friends discovered disturbing signs of the deer woman's presence, mysterious footprints in the soft earth, strange noises echoing in the distance, and fleeting glimpses of a spectral figure among the tree branches. Each new clue increased the tension in the group, but also fueled their determination to find the legendary creature and unravel the mystery that surrounded it. As the night wore on and the forest became denser, the friends began to feel a sense of something watching them from the shadows. An invisible presence seemed to hover over them, enveloping them in an icy embrace that penetrated to the bone. Jack tried to make jokes to dispel the gloomy atmosphere, but even he couldn't hide his growing anxiety as they went deeper and deeper into the forest. In a forest clearing, among the silver rays of the full moon, the group of friends saw the mysterious figure of the deer woman for the first time. She was standing among the trees, her elegant form illuminated by the moonlight, emanating an aura of majesty and mystery. The friends' hearts raced at the sight of the legendary creature before them. Sarah, the fearless leader of the group, stepped forward, her curiosity overcoming any fear she might have felt. Mike, the courageous athlete, stood beside her, ready to face any challenge the creature might throw at him. Emily, the science student, watched in fascination at the otherworldly creature before them, her fingers eager to capture every detail on her camera. Jack, the sarcastic skeptic, kept an expression of disbelief on his face, though his eyes betrayed a mix of awe and fascination. The deer woman remained still, her eyes shining with an ancient, wise light. She did not speak, but her presence was enough to convey a silent message to the intruders who invaded her forest. It was a silent warning, a reminder that they were treading sacred territory, and that the wilderness would not tolerate her presence for long. Sarah stepped forward, her voice firm and determined as she spoke to the creature. She expressed her admiration for the deer woman's beauty and her desire to learn more about her. Mike echoed her words, promising to respect the forest's boundaries and never disturb the creature's peace again. The deer woman listened to her words with a piercing gaze, her eyes assessing each of her friends with an intensity that made their hearts tremble. For a moment, silence reigned in the clearing, tension palpable in the air as the group awaited the creature's response. Then, with a solemn nod, the deer woman disappeared into the shadows of the forest, her form fading like a fleeting mirage. The group of friends sat in silence for a moment, absorbing the magnitude of the encounter they had just had. They knew that the deer woman was more than just a legend. She was a guardian of the forest, an ancient creature who protected the secrets of nature with her majestic presence. As the moon shone down on them, the friends felt a sense of awe and respect for the creature that shared their world with them. With hearts full of wonder and gratitude, the group of friends began to walk away from the clearing, their journey through the Riverside forest having taken on new meaning. They knew that they would never be the same after this encounter, and that the experience would stay with them for the rest of their lives, reminding them of the beauty and mystery that awaits beyond the limits of civilization. As the group of friends continued their journey through the Riverside forest, a sense of unease hung over them. The sounds of the night seemed more ominous, the shadows thicker, and a palpable tension filled the air around them. Suddenly, a strange noise echoed through the forest, causing the friends to stop in their tracks. A shiver ran down their spines as they looked around, searching for the source of the disturbing sound. It was then that they saw the figure of the deer woman again, emerging from the shadows in front of them. Her eyes shone with an intense light, her posture alert and vigilant as she stared at them with a serious expression. Sarah took a step forward, her determination unshakable despite the fear that consumed her inside. She knew this was the defining moment, the final confrontation with the legendary creature that had haunted her dreams since they were children. Mike, Emily, and Jack stood by her side, each facing their own fears and uncertainties as they prepared for whatever came next. Their hearts beat in unison, their courage strengthened by the mutual support they shared. The deer woman looked at them with a mixture of suspicion and curiosity, her eyes probing the depths of their souls for true intentions. She knew they were there looking for answers, but she also knew that the true nature of their hearts could only be revealed through the test of confrontation. Without a word, Dear Woman stepped forward, her body transforming into an ethereal vision of grace and power. The air around her seemed to vibrate with an ancient, primal energy, while her eyes glowed with an intense light that seemed to penetrate to the very core of their souls. And then, with a graceful movement of her head, the Dear Woman disappeared into the shadows once more, leaving behind only an echo of her imposing presence. The group of friends stood transfixed for a moment, their hearts still hammering in their chests as they took in the magnitude of what had just happened. They knew that the real confrontation was yet to come, that the Dear Woman was just testing their courage and determination. But they were up to the challenge, ready to prove their bravery and respect for the legendary creature that protected the depths of the Riverside forest. With their eyes fixed on the horizon, the group of friends gathered once again, renewing their commitment to face any obstacle that destiny had in store for them. The journey through the Riverside forest was far from over, and the final confrontation with the Dear Woman was about to test their limits beyond what they ever thought possible. As the group of friends walked away from the clearing where they had their last encounter with the Dear Woman, a sense of awe and respect enveloped them. The silence of the forest seemed deeper now, charged with the magnitude of what they had just witnessed. Sarah led the group with steady steps, her heart filled with gratitude for the unique experience they shared together. She knew that night would never be forgotten, that the memories of meeting the Dear Woman would remain etched in their minds forever. Mike, Emily, and Jack followed behind her, each lost in their own thoughts as they processed what they had experienced. Their minds were filled with unanswered questions, but also with a deep admiration for the beauty and mystery of the nature that surrounded them. As they emerged from the depths of the forest, the first rays of the rising sun illuminated the horizon, bathing the world in soft shades of orange and pink. It was as if nature itself was celebrating the return of the group of friends, congratulating them for their courage and respect for the land that welcomed them. And so, with hearts full of memories and eyes fixed on the future, the group of friends left the shadows of the Riverside forest behind, ready to face the challenges that awaited them beyond. They knew that the journey for the Dear Woman had come to an end, but they also knew that the lessons they learned and the experiences they shared would stay with them for the rest of their lives. As they walked away, the gentle sounds of nature accompanied them, a constant reminder that they were part of something much bigger than themselves. And, despite all the uncertainties and challenges that the future could bring, they knew that they were ready to face them together, united by friendship and respect for the land that united them. And so, with one last look back, the group of friends moved forward, ready to write the next chapter of their lives, knowing that no matter what happened, they would always have each other to count on. And so ends the story of the Dear Woman, a legend that will live on in the memories of those who dared to challenge the mysteries of the Riverside forest.